Hello, YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Golftopia, or Pinstar Plays Golftopia, episode 2. So, in our last episode, we got our club started, and I'd say our first hole is going pretty well. Yeah, a couple of people hit their balls into the water, but such is the risk one takes when having a water hole. And I think the upsides of everyone getting scared of the water is more than outweighed by the downsides of our things. A couple of refinements that I want to make to this hole, though, before we start our second hole. So one thing I wanted to, I like the idea of having rough over here. This doesn't need to be another sand trap. But if we say don't paint over fairway, I want to make this area more of a trimmed rough area. Oops. I should have said don't paint over the path either. Oh, yeah, they don't like it when you do stuff right where they are. So I should be careful of that. Don't paint over a sand trap. We want this area groomed rough as well. That way, you know, it's still a hazard, quote unquote, but it's not a really nasty one, and it's one that they can more easily recover from. One other thing I wanted to do, since this tree sort of stands alone, I want it to be a sort of a bigger tree. You know, just something than the sort of the generic line that we placed down here. And I realized afterwards that there's a you can cycle through the different types here. You know, we don't want a bush. We don't want bushes. We want big trees, please. But we don't want necessarily wide trees. Actually, that one's not too bad. Yeah, because we want the leaves out, you know, overhanging on this side. We don't want the leaves getting in the way of here. But just something to vary up the visual variety here. You know, it'll still scare them and be a hazard for anyone who hooks it. As I say that, and they actually use it for their benefit. Or a hazard or an assistant, depending on how they decide to use it there. I don't think they were aiming for the tree, but that's how it happened to do it. And like I said, the game models physics. So, you know, sometimes scenery and hazards, quote unquote, can be a beneficial thing. Alright, so what I'm going to do is let's pause here. Because we want to start building our second hole. So since they leave off here, we want the tee of the next hole to be over here. Let's go with you know, somewhere in these rocks here. Maybe the fact that they are shooting out from these rocks will scare them a little bit. Also, it will hopefully discourage them from wanting to use this fairway for the second hole, because I'm going to kind of wrap it back up the same way as we were going here. So let's get ourselves a pathway here. Nice little line going up here, up to this tee. Ooh, and you know what would be a really good thing to place down here? Some benches. Because people build up fatigue over time, and this will give them a little spot to have a seat, rest, relax a little bit, recover their fatigue. They also have hunger, thirst, and bathroom needs, but those build up more slowly, and probably and most people start the course fully refreshed, so they don't, you know, they're not going to go be needing the bathroom after half of the first hole. So just the benches for fatigue is probably your best bet. Now, as far as where we want this hole to go, a couple of different ways I could see this playing out. Ooh, okay. I think I see some opportunities here. So what we want is, we could, if we really wanted to, although this might encourage them to. What we want to do is use our land effectively, but we don't want them to try to use this fairway, because then you have the risk of the balls hitting other golfers. I'm gonna, for a moment, gonna place our hole over here. Now, yes, as you can see from the line, they want to use that fairway, but I don't want them to. We want this. We want this. We want this area to sort of pull double duty, this sand trap, because obviously if they go too far on the green, that will be problematic. But let's see if we can't point them in the right direction with some fairway in this area. That's a little better. That's better. Nope, that's not better. That's better. Yes? You're going to keep it that? Alright, good. Alright. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's get our green here. Don't paint over the sand trap, please. Because we want you sort of filling in these edges here. Didn't really want you to paint over the cliff here either, though. Let's just go back to dirt. Where's our dirt? Dirt. That's better. Yeah, because that kind of looks weird painted up on the cliff like that. Yeah, so we have this thing. We have the sand trap on the other side of it, so if you hit it too far, you're going to be in the sand trap. And then, there's a small risk of people hitting each other when in here, but hopefully they don't hit the sand trap enough to cause that problem. And yeah, so yeah, let's see here. Let's go more just up front here. The cut. Oh yeah. We do want to paint over this fairway. That won't, because people aren't going to hit there right away. All right, let's see here. I do think some trees along the way here will be useful. And we can do seed foliage, where we just have the game just plop down trees, randomly chosen, so it kind of looks a little bit more natural. Like that, yeah. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Good. Now, as far as what do I want with this little stretch right here? I mean, we could have something. We could have it. We could be nice about it. We could have fairway. I just need to make sure that there's some sort of hazard in the vicinity for them to, like, the rock should prevent this from being a boring shot, or actually the sand trap behind it should also prevent that. So that should be good. All right, don't paint over green. Beautiful. Okay, now I don't want them trying to clip this corner. I really don't. I want them to take the turn here. So let's employ some more of our gadgetry here to try and guide their shots, and maybe reward them if they're clever enough and accurate enough. So one of the other things, the sort of the sister to the Ring of Fire, is the ground-based Mega-wicket. So it operates the same way. They will try to shoot through it, and if they get the ball through it, they will be happier. Now, the shorter this is, and thus the harder it is for them to hit it through, the happier they get with it. But these two rocks kind of make sort of like a little gateway here. So let's lower the height and up the attractiveness, because I want them going through this, and then, if they hit it a little bit too hard, then yeah, they'll just bounce against this back wall, and that's fine. Also, what might be a fun thing to do if we want to engage in some more of the wild mechanics, and also to award them with it, is what if we put one of these hyper bumpers in here? Something like this. Ooh, that looks angled nicely. Maybe rotate it just a smidge meter, because we want this bumper to be nice to them. We want it to basically, if you hit the ball through the wicket and hit this thing, we want it to bounce right onto the green for you. But we don't want it to hit it so hard that it goes careening into the sand trap and act as a punishment. That is not our intent here. Alright, let's just further reinforce this whole thing by slapping a rock down here. Or Yeah, let's just get a smaller rock. 2x2 rock? Yeah, that's good. Beautiful. Alright. And then what I'll do is let's continue the theme of the cut rough. Don't paint over fairway. Don't paint over the path. Just to make this little, you know, a nice little groomed forest, if you will. And then, actually, yeah, if we want to speed things along here, yeah, just have a little shortcut around here, and then yeah, we can have like a little path right here. That should be fine. That shouldn't get in the way. They shouldn't be landing their ball there anyway. All right, now for this side here, because we want to keep it interesting on this, you know, and we also want to vary up our hazards. I mean, we got this rock right here. This rock is actually probably going to be more beneficial than anything else. I just want to put something over here, at least for their tee shot, to help scare them. When we could make a little bit more water, but again, that was part of their thing here. I mean, now we have one other thing here, the mud bunker. This is a fairly high upkeep piece of terrain here. It acts like water, but it doesn't require the sunken terrain of water. So we could put that in there to scare them. Don't paint over fairway. Maybe like a little thing of mud bunker, like right here. Something like that. Now, most people, including the amateurs, are not going to shoot their shots like that. But if you have someone who's just flat out bad, they will. And then, yeah, maybe a little bit more cut rough on the side here. Or maybe, since this says, do I want this? This could be interesting as far as if we do a bunker, a mud bunker all the way over here, as a way to enforce some terror. Let's try it. If this ends up causing too many shots to go into the not drink the mud, then I will dial it back. But let us consult Mr. Shot calculator here and see what we got here. Because we can do our tests before we commit to opening the hole. Alright, yeah, they're staying way the heck away from here. Even the bad golfers. Alright, some good people are getting there. Yeah, one person's in the bunker, but nobody is playing in an avaricious way. But this should still be a pretty darn scary prospect for them. And I'm going to leave this area as cut rough. We don't need that much cut rough, just a sliver of it. We'll just go back to normal dirt. That should be good. Now, I also noticed that not many people use this particular bunker. This thing. Because we want people to engage with this. We're paying for it, after all. Yeah, so they're... Okay, so people are making it just barely through the wicket. Fair enough. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is blast that thing. I'll repair that patch in there. And what we want to do is stick this right outside the wicket. And angle it in a way that will hopefully... send it in the desired direction. And not in the rough here. And actually, you know what? Just to add this section, add a little bit more challenge to this section, what I will do is, not dirt, I want a sand trap. Just a little sand trap over here. Just so that, you know, you got to be careful. Alright, now let's reconsult the shot calculator. Alright, yeah, a couple of bad golfers into the mud, and that's okay. That's perfectly okay. That one schmuck going across the way there. Alright, I'm not hearing anybody dinging off of that, though. Perhaps if we increase the attractiveness, because that'll make them aim for that a little bit more aggressively. Let's try it. Let's try it with the attractiveness bumped up. All right, so maybe not so much. All right, you know what? We don't need to force this. If they want to play it normal, then we'll play it normal. That should be fine. We'll see if we have any complaints, because that's the one thing the calculator can't do, is calculate guest thoughts. It just shows you whether or not it's physically possible. But if we get some complaints of this is too easy of a shot, then we will have to make adaptations as needed. But otherwise, I think this is a good thing. We don't need any more people movers, because we can sort of conscript the tubes as they are set up already to get people from A to B. So yeah, let's open this hole and let some regular Joes and Janes at it and see if we built this thing correctly. Let's see. I think I just missed the last group finishing hole number 1. So Crystal, Stan, and Kaylee will be our first guinea pigs. Yeah, there you go. Give it a little more oomph. Actually, one thing I might do, let's give you just a touch more height, because we want people to loft their shots a little bit higher, to kind of encourage them to aim higher. Sorry, Crystal. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta give it a little kick. All right, let's see here. Yeah, because I want to see how real golfers respond to this new hole. Plunk. There you go. That's a proper shot. I have a feeling the good golfers are having a happy old time on this on hole number 1. Not so much with some of the others. All right, Crystal still paid us pretty well despite her earlier frustrations. What's Stan? Double bogey, pretty hard hole. Ooh, just barely off. Alright, yeah, and there... Oh, I built this backwards, didn't I? I gotta wait for them to clear out because they get angry about construction. But that will help reset their fatigue bar here, so that doesn't become a complaint. Alright, let me fix this first, though. Hey, that's not close enough to bother them. Yeah, I got it backwards. We want the feet. Yeah, it's more like it. Alright guys, let's see how you do. And I want to look at their thoughts as they take a shot. Alright, right into the trees. Alright, Crystal. I better avoid... Alright, so they're scared by the thicket. They're scared by the mud bunker. and into the mud puddle. Hey, there you go. All right, so decent job scaring them with the thicket on the one side and the mud bunker on the other. We might not need quite such a huge thing here. Oop, right through. Who was that? Was that Crystal? Right through the Mega-wicket, +4. Yeah, it's not quite as exciting as going through the Ring of Fire, because it's easier to get through. But still a beneficial mood booster. Alright, Stan. Bad. Alright, we're making money here at least. Better avoid the rocks, better avoid the thicket, so there is sufficient things for them to Oh, Kaylee, what the heck are you doing over there? I think Kaylee took an alternate path here. But what the important part was that nobody had bad thoughts of "this is boring." That's the killer right there, because the "this is boring" thoughts are pretty strong negatives. And if you have an area that is boring to set up, they're going to get, almost everybody is going to get that "this is a boring shot" here. So we've got enough things to keep them at, yeah, then they just take this hole to go back home. You know what? One thing I may do, just to improve things a little bit here, is let's just get more path going around here. Yeah, just a nice little path down here. We also can probably trim back for saving the for the purposes of saving maintenance. Trim back our mud bunker here, just to. Oh yeah, lights. Do we need lights? Because we can. Yeah, we're getting a little benefit from here. Actually, you know what? I think we can do without lights. Maybe have a light over here, but that's overlapping a little. Yeah, you know what? What's my light rating here? Lighting very low. Okay, so we do want a light for this course here. Just to light things up a little bit. Do we need one over here? Again, I don't want to overlap because every single one of these lights has an upkeep. Yeah, you know what? I think that one should be fine. Because they're borrowing light from this other light source over here. Neil, what are you doing? Neil, that's not the way you're supposed to go, bud. Oh, Neil, you're not supposed to be playing through there. You dingus.
Yep.
Perhaps another tree might discourage some of that, if we can fit one in here. Not sure if we can, but I can try. I need to be cognizant of the I don't want to completely scare them though. Or I don't want to completely ruin their shots. I don't want to ruin a otherwise good shot. I think you know what, a tree along the line here would probably do well. There we go. Now it did smush the path a little bit, but we can redraw that. You guys looking for the spa? Because you guys are hitting the mud bath pretty hard there. Actually, here's what we can do. We can nuke the brush. Get the path down here a little bit. just go back for cut rough. Do paint over path. There we go. Perfect. Make this area all pathy. All right, I think we have ourselves a good second hole. See, this area kind of concerns me. When they get stuck over here, they start taking some pretty nasty, nasty shots. So you know what might be the solution that we were kind of harping on before? What if we have the angled bumper, but we place it over here, and we don't want it as something that they aim for per se, but we do want it as something that will give them an assist if they happen to hit it that way. Let me just think of the best angle to put this at. Because we wanted to deflect it through the wicket. Let's give that a shot. Maybe a pair of these things. There. Oh, my orbital stuff is full. Yeah, we could extract some money from people. That is a thing. Or we could make them happy. Oh, let's get some money. $75 a piece. Now, yeah, they don't like that, but it's a -10. We can survive a -10. And yeah, we're gonna lower the attractiveness. Well, I don't want to lower it too much, because if they're over here, I want them to aim for these. But otherwise, I don't want them to think they have to take that particular thing here. We'll see if people make use of this, of these bumpers here. Just because I don't want people, who land over here to take the nasty, shortcut. Ooh, that was a nice shot. All right, folks. Well, I think we're in a good spot here. So if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar, signing out. See ya! Nice shot. Fred was not a happy person.